Hello, welcome back. Or if this is your first time here, my name is Siobhan. I'm happy to have you. And we're just going to get into it. I'm doing all drugstore. I did all luxury last week, and it seems like all drugstore is the next reasonable step. I also went to lots of trouble to look gorgeous at the beginning of this video. This is my new favorite hairdo. It's called Didn't Brush It. I did use my fingers to gently comb it up into this bun. I also am wearing this lovely black t-shirt, which while this is clean and fresh out of the laundry, has a bunch of cat hair on it already. If you have cats, you know the struggle. I love black clothes, but rarely do they stay black for more than like 12 seconds because there's fur just like in the air. I don't know how there's fur in the air of this room. I swear if I look around long enough, I'll be able to find a piece of fur just falling. None of the animals are allowed in here. I might seem super awake. I'm not really. It is 6 a.m. Yes, 6 a.m. So I'm going to try this Starbucks Nitro Cold Brew with vanilla sweet cream. This is what I get when I go to Starbucks. So I was pretty excited when I had to go out for my grocery run that they had this in the grocery store. Not quite as good as fresh, but it will definitely do. I was hoping to get this video done before my boyfriend got home from work, but he gets off at 6:30, so that's almost certainly not going to happen. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime. I did put on moisturizer. I just used this Good Molecule. Wow, too early for words. Good Molecules silicone-free priming moisturizer, which Good Molecules is a Beautylish brand, so they are available worldwide, and I love that moisturizer. It's just like a nice, simple moisturizer under my makeup, and it's super inexpensive. And then for my primer, I'm going to use the NYX. This is Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer, Anti-Dull Skin Color Balance. So if you've watched my videos, then you know that I tend to use lavender, and by tend, I mean almost always use the lavender color corrector for my under eye concealer. So I thought, why not use a lavender primer and see what that does? This also, like, you can really see right now how yellow it is underneath my eyes, which is why I use the lavender. That has a lot to do with my like hormonal issues. I have a uterus and ovaries that don't necessarily love me, so they decide to take that out on me by making sure that my skin is super unbalanced and uneven. It's also why I have like these dark areas here. People now seem to think that this is because I've gained weight, but I've always had that. Well, not always. I've had that since I was around 13, when I started having like hormone issues. And so if you have like the dark, like under your armpits or on your thighs and you're not overweight at all, it's probably a hormone thing, and you might want to talk to your gynecologist about it or your general practitioner or whatever. So this definitely just feels like your normal silicone primer. I didn't notice any actual color difference, but we'll see if it does anything with this foundation. For foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear. I am going to mix 400 and 405. I know that for trying to be like more price conscious, that's not necessarily the best, but neither one of these really work that well for me by themselves. So since I have them both, I'm going to use them both. I do have a full review, like a full day wear test on this foundation. So if you're curious about that, I will link it up here. For my foundation brush, I'm going to use a BH Cosmetics number 3. I swear in my last video, the video that will go up before this video, when I'm recording this video, I don't think it's posted yet. Actually, when I'm recording this video, it's definitely not posted yet. But the last video I edited, I was talking about how I should do my eye makeup before I put on my foundation. And here I am, putting on my foundation first. So hopefully the eyeshadow that I got is not one that's going to have a lot of fallout. If it does, that's gonna suck. Really, is the whole story there. So I was watching back some of my early videos that are so bad. You can tell, especially if you watch my newer videos and then go back and watch those videos, I was so uncomfortable in front of the camera. I didn't get a specifically drugstore eye primer because that just seemed a little extra. I have other eye primers that I'm trying to get through. I don't want to just add to whatever just to add. So I'm going to use this concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 01. This may be way too light for me. I couldn't tell in the store. Right now I wouldn't swatch even if I could, but I figured it was better, especially for under eye concealer, to have something that is way too light than even a little bit too dark, because it's really easy, especially with powders and stuff, to be able to darken it up. This brush is an Ulta Beauty Large Shadow brush. I ended up getting this palette. This is the Pacifica Cosmic Reflect Hemp Infused Eyeshadow. I didn't notice when I bought it that it had little pot leaves all over it. That's not my favorite thing. But look at the packaging. It's hollow. It's real hollow. It's beautiful. It's got really pretty packaging, is what I'm saying. It says you are so pretty. But this reminded me of this. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. And this is the Pacifica palette. And the color stories are just super, super similar. So, I mean, they're definitely not like, this isn't going to be an exact dupe, but you could probably get most of the looks that you can get with this. And this one is $18 and this one is $50. I can just swatch these for you really quickly. This is Quartz, Dusty, Lift Off, Looking Glass, Cosmic, which looked in the pan like it was going to be a glitter, but it's not. It's just a shimmer. Crystal Flower, Magic Wand, Star Child, Milky Way, which that is a gorgeous color. It's like a blue silver. I think I want to try to use that. This one is Hot House. This one is Hemp Leaf. This one is Delphi. That is a very pretty orange pink duochrome. I definitely have something like that in other palettes, but it's pretty. This one also is like an orange gold duochrome. And then I think that's looking, yeah, that's Looking Glass. And the last two shades here, this is Chocolate High and Worldly. Oh, Worldly is not what I was expecting. It's got a very black base on it. I'm realizing there's only like 3 mattes in this palette. So the only mattes are the green, the orange, and like the beigey color. So that could be a little bit of an issue using just this. Since I want to try to use Milky Way, I think that's not going to work with the orange with Liftoff. So I'm going to try and go into Hemp Leaf. Need a little more coffee before I start this. So I'm not to this yet, but I'm going to use it for my mirror. I was so excited that they had this in stock because I don't know how well you can, it's kind of shiny. But this is the RachhLoves and Pixi highlighting palette. So this is called the Layers highlighting palette. If you don't know who RachhLoves is, she is another makeup YouTuber. She also has like a life channel, so RachhLoves Life. But she came up with this palette. It's beautiful. I don't know, like with knit in here because they're made to be able to mix. So if you had like deeper, these are both going to work really well for me because I have super fair skin and they're pretty light. This one is probably about as deep as I can comfortably go. But, oh, whoops. If you have deeper skin, you can mix it with this and have like deeper tones. So anyway, super excited. I have wanted to get this since it came out and it's just been sold out every time I've tried to get it. In my experience, Pixi makes beautiful powder-based products. So I'm excited. All right, I'm going to stop talking and, well, I'm going to start doing makeup if I'm going to keep talking. Whoa. The mirror is like a little magnified, maybe. I don't know. The mirror is a little wonky. So I'm going to do like a super green eye. Okay. Nope. I was wrong. I'm not using that for the mirror. The mirror is like wobbly and it makes me feel a little nauseous. So this does have some kick up in the pan, so I'm a little bit concerned. It's really pigmented though. Very pretty. Oh yeah, there's fallout. That's okay. I'll just have to fix it at the end. It's a really pretty, like I thought it was going to be brighter when I swatched it, but it's definitely like a nice olivey green. Okay, that brush is crap. I'm going to try using this Farrah 65 EM mini shading brush. That's better. It also doesn't have as much fallout with this brush. This is going on a little bit patchy. I really want this eyeshadow palette to be good because it would be awesome to have a less expensive alternative to the Born to Run palette. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell, like, it's like patchy right here. Like, can you see that? That's not good. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep going. And I'm gonna use Hot House, which is like the dark blue that's right next to it, which isn't coming off of my brush and is also really patchy. Okay, well, this is why you watch YouTube, so that you don't go out and buy this palette that so far is not doing fantastic. Apply it with my finger. Went on better with my finger, but it's still patchy. Ugh. Yeah, it doesn't look good so far. I'm gonna keep going, see if we can make this work. I'm gonna try using the brush that came with it and use the blender side and go back into quartz and see if I can at least use this to diffuse the edge. Oh, I don't like it. It has been a long time since I have bought, and well, since I've used, bought or not, it's been a long time since I've used an eyeshadow palette that was like, it's not blending at all either. I just have this nice harsh line there now. All right, so I'm gonna make this work. Somehow I am going to make this work. I had such high hopes for this freaking palette. Alright, well, let's go into the shade I was excited about. I'm going to go into Milky Way. Put that in the middle. That shade is really pretty. Just gonna cover everything up with this shade. And yeah, that's... Now I have a frosty blue eye, like I'm trying to do a 1984 prom look or something. Okay, this is just... Where's my makeup wipe? Remember a few minutes ago when I was saying something about how I should do my eyes before I do my eyeshadow? So usually I might have like a little bit of fallout or whatever, but it's not like this is extreme. I'm gonna have to redo my foundation in this whole area to fix this freaking mess. And considering that there are only 3 mattes in here and I've already used 2 of them and they didn't go well, this is not looking very promising. I'm going to try something different on the other eye. I think I'll just do 2 different things so that we can find out. You know what? No, I'm just going to take this off. So this is a really good example of a palette that swatched really nicely and went on the eyes like poop. I'm also not ready to fully give up on this palette. I did spend my own money on it, and I would like to be able to use it to some degree. All right, I'm going to go in with this Luxie 299 tapered blending brush. And I'm going to go in with Lift Off, which is the orange. All right, so there's nothing. Okay, so here's the orange. The orange is giving me nothing. Like, there's the slightest little wash of color. Let's try building it up. This is the worst palette I've used in so long. And it's so disappointing because there are so many great drugstore palettes. Now I know why this is the one that was still available. Hey, Pacifica, do better. That was a little bit better on this eye. So maybe I just need to be picking up way more product, because that time I really like swirled my brush in it. But I also don't want a ton of fallout. So seems to be blending out a little bit better. Maybe that's the key. You just have to pick up a bunch of product. And then it has a bunch of fallout. Like, I have a ton of fallout right here now. This is just not a palette that I love. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Less complaining, more makeup. Crystal Flower is a very like deep orange base with like a silvery bluish reflect. So I'm gonna see if I spray it. Spoiler alert, this is the fixing spray I got. This is Makeup Obsession Dewy Fixing Spray. But I just want to see if I wet my brush, if I can maybe get it to do something magical. Not really. Dude, this palette sucks. I'm going to try with my finger on a wet base, so it should go down easily enough. It's so frustrating because the shades are gorgeous. Like, it's a beautiful color story. And they've come up with some really nice shades. And the formula is just crap. This is so pretty. And swatched, it was so pretty. And then on my eye, I have to very aggressively put it on to get anything to come off onto my eye. Maybe if I put it on my finger and then I wet my finger, and then, oh, look at that. That made something happen. That is way too much friggin' work, and it made it really difficult to work with. But it made something happen. All right. Let's try to do that again on the other side. Has to be really wet to do anything. It's going to take all sorts of cleanup to make this into something that really works. But I'm just happy that something did something. Now the question is, do I try to keep going, or do I just say this is good for color? So I'm going to try to use Looking Glass, which is this like pale pink, pale orange reflect color. I'm going to try to use that same Luxie 245. I'm going to see if I can just get that there and on my inner corner without having to totally wet it. No, I cannot. Okay. Just face spray and yeah. So you can make these like shimmery shades work by wetting them. you shouldn't need to put this much work into any palette. You know, I'm really glad that I didn't put a lot of effort into my hair and like trying to make myself look all Instagram ready before I started this. I am going to try to use a liquid liner and see if that helps at all. This is the Maybelline New York Hyper Easy brush tip liner. For my waterline, I'm going to use the Rimmel Scandaleyes 24 Hour Wear in 003 Brown. I'm going to try this little Real Techniques Precision Smudge Brush. And I'm going to try the shade Cosmic, which is this purple shade here. It's like purple with a pink reflect. We're going to see if we can put that on the lower lash line without it being a total disaster. I am done with this eyeshadow palette forever. I can't see myself ever needing to reach for that eyeshadow palette again, because I could probably get this look very easily with the Born to Run palette, which obviously I own and works beautifully. So frustrating. For mascara, I have the is this L'Oreal Lash Paradise? Yeah, I have L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So I know that this mascara has been around forever. As far as I can tell, it was created to be like a Better Than Sex dupe. But even though I've had this for a pretty long time in the package, it's just been in a drawer with other mascaras that I haven't opened yet, because I try not to have more than maybe 4 or 5 mascaras open at a time. And yes, I realize 4 or 5 is ridiculous, but some of that is because I also like to use color mascara. But I know that there are people who rave about this mascara. So the thing that I most look for in a mascara is for it to be lengthening. This doesn't seem to be doing much of that. It's nice and black and seems to be coating my lashes fine. But with my eyeliner, like, you can't even really see it. This would be a good mascara if I was putting on false lashes, which I'm not going to do because I'm not wasting false lashes on this look. I like it as a lower lash mascara, though. If this doesn't, like, smear or flake or anything, I'll just use it for my lower lashes. And this is just the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade 01 Cool Ivory. And we're just going to see. Oh, I should have only done one side at a time because I don't know how quick this is going to dry. It's definitely very, very light. I wanted to find a lavender color corrector since that's what I normally use. And I thought that like NYX or e.l.f. would have one, and maybe they normally do. But again, a lot of the makeup was out of stock. So this was the one that seemed like it was going to be the best for my skin. A lot of concealers are just too dark. Like even the lightest shade is too dark. Just bringing this down some. Normally I don't do this. If you've watched my videos, I tend to be pretty light-handed with concealer, but I'm kind of hoping that it will make up for the fact that half of my foundation is gone from the top part of my cheek. I'm going to start out with the Alamar Cosmetics bronzer brush and go into Dulce de Leche and just really lightly right through here. Add a little bit of color into my face. Oh, too much, too much. Okay. Crisis averted, because this blends out so nicely. See, they're like, I should have just bought a little Wet n Wild quad and used that for my eyeshadow. It would have been like $4 and I wouldn't have had all of this hellish annoyance. I am mad at the eyeshadow palette. This is a Sigma Soft Blend Concealer. I can't imagine ever using this for concealer. This is what I'm going to use for my highlight. I'm going into the RachhLoves palette. And again, this is made so that you can just like mix the colors however you want. But I think I'm going to just go with Clutch. Okay, that's a really pretty shade. Oh yeah, this mirror. This mirror is so wonky. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm going to add just a little bit of lace, which is this shade up here. Just because I want to see what that looks like over top of it. Beautiful. All right. This is really, really pretty. All right. And then I'm going to use T. It's T-E-E, like a t-shirt, which is this shade here. I'm going to use that for my nose highlight because I just want to use all the shades. Ooh, actually, I'm going to put some of that up here too. I love this palette. I have blush. For blush, this is the Milani Blossom Time Rose Powder Blush. And I've wanted to try these blushes forever, but I never have. I'm going to use an Alamar Cosmetics Complexion Brush. This blush also looked like it's a really pretty shade, but it also looked like it had a little bit of shimmer in it, which I like in my blushes. So, and I tried to get a fairly neutral shade since I didn't know what I was going to be doing with my eyes. And it doesn't seem to be very pigmented. For my eyebrows, I got the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade in 378 Ash Brown. I'm going to try to use this little brush that came with it. It has a little spoolie. It kind of worked. I don't think I hate this eyeshadow look as much. It's like, the thing is, it's not, the look itself is actually pretty. Like the colors are pretty. Let me zoom in for a second so that you can see like just the eyes. So it's actually fairly pretty. It was just way too much work to get here. And I didn't love it. Okay, so last but certainly not, oh, also this little brush that came with this worked really well. The formula is a little like stiffer than what I'm used to, but I like it, and I like the shade a lot. Okay, for lipstick, this is by Maybelline. This is Bold Lipsticks in 760 Gone Greige. So again, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I already had this, and it's just like a nice neutral nude. So I got the Dewy Fix Dewy Makeup Fixing Spray by Makeup Obsession, and we're gonna see whether or not it makes me dewy. I already know from spraying it to wet my brush that it's got an aggressive spray, so I'm gonna try and do this from real far back. And also, I wouldn't want this makeup look to not last forever. Yeah, that's such an aggressive spray. My face is like soaked now. Do I love this look? No. Do I hate this look? No. Will I ever use that eyeshadow palette again? No, probably not. Now you know to save your money, spend it on something else. Buy a $5 Wet n Wild little mini eyeshadow palette, because this is crap. All right, that is everything for this video. If you have any drugstore products that you absolutely love that you think I should try, make sure that you leave them down in the comments. If you've used any of these products and you had a different experience than I did, I'd be interested to hear about that, especially since other people read the comments and everybody's skin is different. So just because I had a great experience or a terrible experience, maybe it's just me. But you're not going to sell me on this eyeshadow palette. So if you've used it and you've loved it, feel free to leave a comment. But it's still going back because it made me angry and it sucked. And I've used a lot of makeup and never had this kind of problem. Okay. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Stay inside, stay away from other people, wash your hands. All right, bye.